Welcome in, welcome in. We're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm just backtesting this last week. And actually, I don't know if I want to do it on this page, so let me switch it out real quick. So it'll be easier for me to journal. How are you doing today? Happy 4th. All right. Welcome in, welcome in. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Happy 4th. All right, let's get started. Let's go back and check the first trade we took this week. Look at those 3 L's, bro. Crazy work. 4 L's. So got some reviewing to do. I've been pretty much reviewing and backtesting like all week. I ain't gonna lie. Cause that's unacceptable. Like it happens, obviously, but let's see. One thing I definitely need to know is when I'm in a losing little session, just minimize the risk, bro. Don't even matter. Okay, it's not even on here, so let me pull that up on Discord. Cause I know they're in the chat. I need to start making sure I keep them in my Discord. Let's see, Monday. What day of the week was that? The 29th? Was the 1st? 30th? Alright, the 29th. Here we go. Looks like I took a sell to the downside after a 1 hour zone, probably attempting it to go down here before going up. So let's go ahead and hit the chart and get that back. All right. Happy boy. Oh, you can't. Also can't hear you anymore. You still can't hear me? Perfect. Let me change this too. Wonderful. I'm gonna go ahead and let me see. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? 29. I can hear. Perfect. All right. Let's get started. First things first, obviously, check the news like we normally would. See if there was a time thing that we just kind of missed out. There was no red folder news, so I was probably not focusing on anything of that nature. Clearly coming into the market, this is the 4-hour time frame. We can see that price was kind of moving down. Oh, I hate this magnet. We took a lot of liquidity right here. So price could potentially be pushing higher. Like these aren't lower lows. So we'll see. Price came, made the same here. We should have been looking bullish. Okay, price came down and came and met this low and never broke. So if price is continuing higher on here, we could have anticipated price going higher. So let's look at that. Okay. Because again, overall, like that's just like the internal of it. But the main thing is this low. I'm new. What are we doing now? Recording last week or checking, preparing for tomorrow? We're documenting what we did last week so we can be prepared for this week. See what may have went wrong, especially because I took quite a few L's last week. So this is just a back testing session, which I recommend doing, if not every day, if you don't have time, at least weekly. Reviewing your journal, reviewing your trades, right? This is the information we want to review. And then as we see, this is information we want to review. So as we can see, price is moving down, may equal lows, could potentially push a little bit higher. So that's overall what we're looking for. We're going to drop on down to the 1 hour to see what the 1 hour is looking like, see if we're breaking more structure to the upside. And then we're going to go to okay, see, look, all of this, guys, took liquidity here, left some down here, but we started breaking minor structure to the upside. So I'm going to make these arrows a little bit different. Mind you, guys, I was just kind of like tripping with my market structure this week. So I focused heavily of my backtesting this week on market structure because I want to come in nice and strong this next week. As you can see, we're starting to break structure to the upside, seeing if we can get that again. I'm going to mark out the 9 o'clock, get all the way there. Okay, and then price broke here. So we can expect price to, we can anticipate price to push higher, pull back, and potentially go higher. I'm going to clear this off so you guys can see that. And then I'll clear it one more time so you guys can see that. This is my 1 hour chart. So we can see bullish pattern is starting to come about. So into this day, I took the short. I anticipated having a bullish zone, but I never stuck with that, right? I was probably rushing. And it probably happened where price went a little bullish. We're going to look and see. Oh yeah, it wasn't on here. It was on Discord. We're going to look and find out and see, like, no, price was bullish. So this is the trade that I took. And look, it's on a 1 minute. Funny me. But look, it went higher. What should I have been looking for? Bulls. Notice in my box, I put bearish. But at first, I had bullish. So that was just, a small mistake that we gotta move forwards and try not to make that same mistake again, because outrage. Everything else is saying bull, right? So let's go ahead, type in. Technically, you can look at your charts and see this as it's happening too, because again, your goal is to be able to see these things on your own. But as of right now, you're just kind of reviewing what I'm looking, so you're just kind of watching. But I know for a fact I struggled with backtesting. I didn't know how to collect data or see my emotions, see my mistakes until I learned how to backtest. So it's a great, great, great tool and habit to keep in your trading. Otherwise, you're just going to be going in blind, doing everything without really understanding what you're looking at. So every day is going to be a wild goose chase. Without a plan, you can expect to fail. All right. So now that we see we are breaking structure, We are breaking structure. Let's see what price does around market open. Okay, we're gonna drop on down to the 5-minute time frame. Okay, actually on the 1 minute, let's see if we have a demand zone. It's a little ways away, but there's also something right in off in there, but we'll see. So I put a 1 hour on my chart the last time, but let's see what our 9:30 looks like. As of right now, I just have nothing on there because nothing's like super clean. Okay, maybe this area here. But this is a very far away trade. So if I was gonna wait for that, that would have to be what I need to wait for. Okay, price slightly broke above and never fully like shot up to the sky. So let's see. And I told you guys last week, like, bro, I'd be way too zoomed in. All right, let's see. Oh, that's not 9:30. This is the 9:30 candle. Okay, 9:30 still kind of trying to push higher. Okay, kind of rebalanced a little and pushed higher again, right? So we can delete all these orange ones. And as we zoom in, we're going to mark the break of this high. Typically, you could do this zone. It's not the worst. I think I will do that one. It's a big zone. Okay, 9:30. Price is bullish. Where's that little thing at? Five-minute is bullish. I don't think what I showed y'all on my dashboard was to stay. Maybe it was. Did I not put my dub trade in there? Let's see. Oh, yeah, see, that's a 30th. I'm tripping. Looks like we took a buy on Monday and it hit. So let's see. It hit. It looks like it was on the 1 minute, but we're on the 5-minute right now. We actually got the break of structure there too. But mind you guys, if we go back to the 1 hour, we can see that price is just barely trying to break. Now it's breaking out a little bit stronger. And once we have the break, we can again kind of see if price wants to come back down. It slightly broke, then came back down. Let's see. And I'm just verbalizing these things because this is what would be going on in my head if I just regular back tested. So y'all are just getting an insight on what I be thinking. Make this a different color. Okay, so we got a kind of a minor break there. We could potentially write that in here. Let's see how price reacts to this zone. This is the 5-minute. If I were taking it on the 5-minute. Let's see if we got a break. We did get a break. There's no telling right now if it broke it and then wicked out. So we're going to consider it as it stayed. And then it did tag into the trade. So let's see how the trade played out. Oh, wow. Cooked me. Because, again, we just broke structure. So can we expect market to come down? Yeah. So then I'm going to make a note on the side. I always keep my handy notebook. And this trade was just really close to 9:30, right? There's been a time where we tried to look for trades at 9:30. And they're not the best. On the 1 minute, I was able to snag it. But reviewing it, if I'm not like seeing the same thing I saw during my trading day, like obviously I'm not doing something in sync. So that's what I want to point out and highlight while I'm reviewing. 29. So I'm going to write, what time is this? 9:30. Broke 1 hour high. Note. Wait for price to retrace and see if price gives confirmation to push back higher. This is a habit that you can't really get away from, right? If you're not reviewing your trades, I don't know, bro. Like maybe you think you're gonna be great, and that's cool, but you're not gonna see the patterns and learn from the patterns. All of this is liquidity too, so let's see after we broke structure. Could be a false break. Look at it's a whole wick. Write that down. I'm gonna write the arrow point flipped back to 1 hour and price actually swept the high. This time is like getting closer to 10 o'clock. So a note is to be patient until 10 a.m. So this week I might just be sitting here from 9:30 to 10 to see what price really wants to do. So we're gonna make this a sweep. Okay, price fake peaked out of here to give us an opportunity to go to the downside. But we were so eager, so antsy. Oh, look, it's happening right now. Maybe still too zoomed in, right? Let's relax. Let's relax. We see there's a cool zone down here that played in place with our 1 hour orange arrows that we had. Put those back on there. We could have anticipated price breaking structure. In this case, it swept. It's going to pull back. Then it could potentially go higher. Got to be able to see that. So though it is bullish, are we potentially in a pullback for this session? Okay. Interesting note. This session may have been a pullback. And again, this is kind of observing. I recommend that you guys do this on your own too. If you took the same trades I took, go back on your own. See, because you might even disagree. You might be like, I wouldn't have taken that. Okay? So you don't want to solely just trade off what I trade. You want to go back and see, take the lessons and points that I'm teaching you too, which is we're trying to identify the market structure. Obviously, I was just rushing to get into a trade right then. Why? So now next week, I'm coming in strong, being patient until 10 a.m. Because 9 a.m. could wake me out. It could fake me, right? We're gonna delete this. We're gonna see how far the market goes down. Okay, we see it's swept all this liquidity and it's coming down. There is liquidity here. Liquidity here. Liquidity here. Liquidity here. And none of this has been rebalanced. So price very well could take it. These two have, but there's still more for price to go get. So we're being patient. We're waiting. We got a minor break of structure here. Note we are in a pullback slightly. We got this area right here that price just broke. And if we're going to look for buys again, price needs to come break the high. So even though it was a dub day on the charts, was it a good trade overall? Probably not. It was probably still rushed and got lucky. So price is moving down. Wow. It's just pulling all the way down. Okay, we get to this zone. Let's see if the zone breaks. This is a valid 5-minute zone. It could keep coming down lower. There's liquidity resting down here. Okay, price has tapped this zone. If I was even paying attention, I probably wasn't even on the charts by then. Could potentially have a setup here. I'm not going to rush it. I'm just going to see how this plays out right now. If this plays out, then this is what we should have been looking for. Price had already taken out all the liquidity. If not, then it keeps pushing lower. Wow, guys. And what do we see? This one, if I would have just been patient, would have played out all the way to TP2. So this was the higher probable trade to take if I would have waited. It fits exactly what we saw on the 1 hour. I'm gonna bring out those orange arrows again. Boom, boom, boom. Higher highs, higher low, higher high, higher low. Never broke this low, so still pushing up. And it probably pushes up even higher. So just take it slow. Taking it slow, taking it slow. I'm going to take a screenshot of this and put it in my back testing journal. I think this was the 1 hour. Crazy how beautiful that is, bro. There would have been no stress in this trade, no guessing, all this liquidity to grab. Both were bullish. The overall break of structure here, hella liquidity down here, start of the push was down here. Man, it doesn't get any cleaner than that. Copy and it's crazy because you still made money. So you could think, oh yeah, I made money today. I don't need to learn a lesson. I do. Be patient. So on here, I'm going to write down my 5-minute chart. I'm going to go back and grab my 1-hour chart. And I'm going to replay back because I didn't screenshot it earlier. Typically, I do this before. Okay. So maybe I'll stay on the 1 hour until 10 o'clock. Because that could probably prevent me from making any premature moves. And then I'm going to put my arrows back on here again. And take a picture. And put on my thing. 1 hour. So now I can clearly see, right, what would have been the best trade to take. We saw market was pushing higher. It pushed higher, swept the liquidity. And then after a liquidity grab, we can expect price to go the opposite direction. It did that, but we were still looking for a buy because we are bullish. This is, remember, the higher time frame. So we wait for the pullback to happen. It came back to a valid zone, broke candle, our strategy, smashed TP to pretty much no drawdown at all. Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, it has some drawdown, but after the drawdown, straight to TP2, right? Okay. So that was it. Save that one. Clear charts. Me personally, I don't look anything after my trade because I don't want to practice the habit of looking for more than one trade. If you want to take more than one trade, like, and that's just your thing, again, back test it, see if that works for you. If it works for you, keep it going. Okay, we're on to Tuesday. I'll try to keep, talking out loud, but may go a little bit quicker this time. Let's see. Oh, wow. Yep. Kept going up. Crazy. All right. So now we get to a new position. We've still broken highs. We've still got this low. And we've got this high that we want to see price break. This is all liquidity that it took. So technically, like, this is that, and then that broke structure there. It could be a tedious thing, but it's so necessary. All right, let's start back over this. Okay. So we can already tell price has been moving up. So similar to yesterday, it could take this liquidity or can actually break through, right? We got to just wait and see. This is the 4 hour, so let's drop to the 1 hour. One hour, we're gonna write the same stuff we already had out. Price decided to come here, make a low, make a high, fake make a low, potentially go up there. Let's see what it does around 9 o'clock. Okay, I'm gonna move down to the 9:30 just to make it 9:30. And like we just learned, I'm not even gonna look until 10 o'clock candle. So price came, made a lower low. We might could be wanting to drop shorter already. Just an idea. I'll take the picture first so we don't have to go back and do that the next one. Okay. Just also give us the opportunity to see what we put in here. Bro, if I didn't put in here, that's wicked. I didn't. That's wild. But I don't trip because I put it in my Discord, so I ain't tripping. What are we looking for? The 30th? Okay. Looks like I put a bit bullish and then I was trying to come bearish. So let's see. Let's see if price wanted to hold. It didn't on here, it pushed higher. But again, this is our higher time frame. So again, it's only 9:45. I'm gonna eliminate putting myself in this option by staying on the 1 hour until 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock comes, we get a strong push to the upside. So that eliminates this idea. Okay, so the 1 hour, we remain bullish. I don't know why I keep typing that backwards every time. Going too fast. So now, this becomes our high. This becomes our break of structure. This low technically could stay right here. It's like a lower low, but it's a wick, so like maybe there. I don't know. As long as it ain't lower, like it's cool. Show that price was moving higher. So let's drop on down to the 5 minute. Okay, got a little pretty. Okay. What do we see immediately? We see a zone right here. But again, price just broke structure to the upside. So we have to anticipate a pullback. Once price broke this structure to the upside, anticipate some sort of pullback before continuing higher, if it wants to continue higher. Let's see if we get that. Nope, it just keeps going higher. It could leave us. It could be a no trade day. Let's see. Okay, we get a more valid situation. But let's see if it plays out. It slightly broke candle. Let's see if it'll push higher. Okay, we would have potentially had the entry. You guys know how to put my entry. Let's see. Price would have wicked that out. It started pushing lower. Mind you, we didn't want to take this trade because what do we anticipate when price break structure? We had price break structure. We want to see price work its way back down before working back up. So this would be a premature trade. So I wouldn't have been taking that anyways. We can see price basically came and decided to change structure. I don't think that was a good enough of a pullback. So we'll wait and see. It's already there. This would be the pullback. This would be us anticipating a pullback. We're just waiting to see if it does hold this zone. It may have been a no trade day, guys. Because look, it's already what? It's 11:30. Should have been a no trade day. And you know what happened? Took a trade. Lost money. So on our 5 minute, there's no entry. And if it was an entry, again, we would have took the premature one and not anticipate the pullback, still would have been an L. So it would have been safer to wait for confirmation. Break of structure, break of structure. This is a weak break of structure at that. This is a sweep at this point. But I'm just training my eye to notice, like, hey, you're moving too fast. And y'all know me. I'd be like right here. I'd be zoomed in. Like, oh yeah, this is the move. No, relax. Zoom out. If there's no trade, there's no trade. This is outside my trading hours, so I'm going to call it a no trading. I would have saved a lot of money not trading. It's okay to not trade. No setup. No trade. And we move on to the next day. But price did push higher. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing. Okay, we're gonna move this to the next day. 10 o'clock. This is our 4 hour. We can see price is breaking structure. We want to see if it'll come down before coming back up. If not, it could continue down. Structure was cool. The bigger picture is this. So a higher low. So we zoomed out and we see there could be a better opportunity because all of this is within the 4 hour. So we have 2 opportunities that price could play out. Could play out and continue breaking to the downside, or it could keep going higher. Let's drop down to the 1 hour. Okay, in order for us to see if price wants to go lower, we can start anticipating breaks of structure to the downside. Start the process over. I stopped looking at the news. I ain't gonna lie. It's up there though. We might look at it on this one. Okay, either this could happen, or if you want to count this small one, this could happen. These are just 2 different ideas. I'll make one black so you can see it a little cleaner. Okay, dashboard, go to our trade. I don't know if I put any of the trades in there this week. That's wild work. I'm on my own butt, bro. Back testing. Red folder didn't affect us. There's 10 a.m. news on this day. So the after we look, After we're still on the 1 hour until 10 o'clock. This is now orange for the news. So let's see how this plays out. All right, it wasn't crazy. But as we can see, price has begun to make lower lows. So we're going to see if price can break a low again. It looks like it's pushing lower. It broke this structure down here. After we break structure, what do we anticipate? For price to pull back. So we could potentially want to take it a little lower. One hour. All right, we're going to drop down to our 5 minute. And we can clearly see that pattern again. Oh, one sec. Okay, now we're seeing again. We're already anticipating the pullback after we broke structure, and we can see price is just continuing to make lower lows. It kind of took liquidity right there. So I should have seen, hey, look, there's a high right here that we want to see price to break if it wants to go higher. But did it break it? No. Took some of the liquidity. But if it can't break this low, maybe the pullback is over. Five minute so far has been bearish. But what are we overall looking for? Bullish opportunity. So we will wait. Okay, technically this is a minor break of structure, but it had to come get some liquidity. Could have snagged this. Again, we already anticipated the pullback. This high is a little higher. Let's see if it'll break this high right here. Okay, even a little break of structure right there. This again, minor break of structure. This is a minor break. This is a minor break. How do you know, Kaya? Because we're anticipating bull. We're in a bearish trend. Oh, that's way too big. Hold on. Because a lot of people have been asking me how to look up the minor break structure. So let's say, okay, we've been going down, but we're looking to go higher. We want to see price make a higher low, and then that candle to engulf the low that it created. So we can see right here, price created a low, and then not this next candle, it kind of wicked it. The candle after that engulfed it. As the minor break of structure. So that created this zone. If I would have seen that, it was 10 o'clock. I may or may not have seen it. But in ideal trade, I think this was the trade that I took last that I didn't have enough capital to trade. At least enough risk to take. So this could have been a potential setup had I dropped down a couple seconds earlier. Still not entirely impossible. We dropped down quick enough to come in at this point. I would not have minded to take this trade. Okay, so we'll see this. Just the next day. Okay, no, is this the same day? Wednesday. Yeah. Dang, did it save it? Should automatically save it, yeah. We had 2 minor breaks of structure setups. Where's my mouse, bro? So let's say we did see this when we came down. We'd be willing to take that. Fits all the criteria. Okay, price comes back. So even if we missed this first one, we still would have been able to catch this second one. Okay, TP1 smash. Almost stopped out. Yeah, probably would have been stopped out break even. That's okay though. Break even is better than not break even. And then price kind of plays around. Again, none of this is really relevant. And it might have been a no trade, depending. It's 11:30-ish. And I paid the cup of tea. But let's see, had we taken it here. Either way, this was okay because it was a 1-to-1. This one, same thing. 1-to-1 hit. Stop loss. Break even. So this could have been a break even day. But you guys, know what happened? Lost money. Oh, it happens though. That's why we're reviewing. If you can come on here and say that you ain't never had a week of bad trades, a month of bad trades, a couple days of bad trades, you're lying. All right, where is it at? Here we go. So I'm gonna journal this and I'm gonna write some notes down. Okay, this is we didn't write notes on the last one, but it was pretty much the same. I might go back. July 1st. Okay. Wait till 10 a.m. Check. Previous day. Price. Broke structure. To the upside. Bless you. Anticipated a pullback in capital letters. Wait. I'm going to write news at 10 a.m. Bless you again. Let's look around news. Price kind of consolidated and took liquidity to move lower. Price, bless you. Consolidate, bless you. Y'all ever have somebody in y'all family who get to sneezing one time, they just get to sneezing a whole bunch of times after that? That's my Keno Casino. I don't have that problem. I may have 1 or 2 in me, but 17 sneezes, bro. OD. Anyways, price consolidated and swept liquidity. So we could have even stayed with this bearish and looked for something here. But I didn't do that. I'm cool. Both ideas, both minor breaks of structure. Went to 1-to-1, then break even. And see, I write this because let's say we backtested this week and all last month. And every time price went to my 1-to-1, then to my break even, then to my 1-to-2, I could do one of 2 things to make an adjustment. I can either only take 1-to-1s, or I can stop moving my stop loss when it gets 1-to-1 and allow it to come back and shoot for my TP2. But I don't know that if I don't collect the data and backtest. Me personally, we get a couple more. I could potentially go back to the 1-to-1s, bro. 1-to-1s, you can still make money. All right. Got 2 more days. Then I'm going to let you guys go and enjoy your 4th. Thursday, 8:30 news. Nothing crazy. I still didn't add it in here. That's wild. The first, yeah, this was, I remember those trades. Sucky day. But even on here, I didn't even mark out this supply zone because I knew that wasn't good for me, bro. All right. Then it break even. Yep, it hit 1-to-1 and went to break even. And then it didn't have enough capital. And then it smashed TP2. That's interesting. We're still here. Let's see. Oh, so see, yeah, this first one. Remember the first one. The first minor break of structure did, in fact, play to 1-to-2. So let me correct that. Second minor break of structure didn't. First minor break of structure took time to come back to zone. In capital letters, wait. Break of candle entry. TP2 smashed. So we're seeing a common theme. Wait. Patience. Which we were being patient. So we thought. All right. Let's get it. We got Thursday, 10 a.m. Oh no. Okay. Gonna go all the way to that day. Look, it still wanted to drop a little. Oh, that's too far. Okay. So from that beginning of the other hour, we saw that we had this. This is kind of not that, but if price can't come and break some highs here, then it will go down. But this was the idea. Just a pullback and push that way. But we also have, if price doesn't go, comes a little lower. Oh, that's the 4 hour. I don't need a picture of that. Okay. I'll delete this one. I'll delete them both and rewrite them. If we can break above here, that'd be cool. If we can't, we could drop further. Hopefully these lines are making sense to you guys. It's just giving you an opportunity to potentially take both ways just by reading price, right? We want to see, okay, no, that was a sweep. It may go the opposite direction. No, it actually broke and it's actually holding. It could keep going in our direction. Looks like we took a buy position. Oh, wow. Looks like you took a buy position. What happened? Oh well, it didn't stop me out. Remember, this is the day I closed early. So then we took another buy position. And what happened here? Huh. Straight to stop loss. So let's see. Okay. We're on our 1 hour already. All we can do is wait till 10 o'clock first. We want to see if this is a liquidity grab or a continuation of this downtrend on this current thing right here. All these tiny little. Ah, you duck. Let's see if we can fix that one. Perfect. As we can see, the last brick of structure was to the downside. So we could potentially be going lower. Okay. Let's see how it reacts at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, it just shot down. Did it take this low? Kind of wicked it. Let's see. Okay, so it's 10 o'clock. Price took these highs right here. I'm gonna take a picture of this. Oh, get right up here too. Well, we could leave that really. Let's see what the 5 minutes looking like. Okay, we can already kind of see price broke below, but let's see how it reacts when it gets to that. Oh, wow. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna back test Friday. So this will be the last day because bank holiday, bro. I'ma just already go ahead and write down. Just don't trade bank holidays. Simple. Okay, so we can see a lot of bearish price action was happening. Okay, we get a valid break of structure, meaning price could continue to drop. Let's see. Swept the highs already, and like maintained this and made a lower low. So we could potentially take a sell opportunity. I think I took buys this day. Okay, not necessarily a tap. Okay, there's a tap there. Let's see if it plays out. Is there anything resting below? There's liquidity down there. Could potentially go get it. Let's see. No, it would have stopped out. Let's see. If we would have used the full zone, would not have gotten stopped out. Let's see if it was smashed a full TP, because that could be something I need to work on too. It's just using the full zone. And boom. So let's see. Depending on how big the zone is, if it's too big, maybe not take the trade. But if it's small enough, maybe take it, because using the whole zone has been showing us that it's just more likely that it won't get stopped out. So we'll write that down in just a moment. Oh, look at that though. 168? Ugh. 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 Regardless, probably would have took it twice though, to be honest. If I wouldn't have caught this. Let's just say I took it twice. Because originally I didn't let that happen. Went straight to stop loss. Would I've had the courage to take it again? Possibly with a smaller stop. Still around 100 points, but Not the worst. I'm going to zoom in so I can see both of these. And then I'm going to take a picture and write in my notes. Then we're done for the day. So backtesting doesn't take long. Like, it's a necessary tool. Takes about an hour. Worth it, in my opinion. All right. 5 minutes. So if I would have seen, like, to take the whole zone, but it was too many points, I could have already in my mind been like, nah, I don't want to take this just yet. And then let's say it did come back and it gave me a smaller stop loss, potentially kind of hopped in then. Cool. Let's see. Today, that was the second. Okay. 1 hour failed to make higher highs. Okay. Price broke below lows and held. Could have looked for a sell opportunity. Okay, and then minor breakup structure was created. First opportunity stop loss was ginormous. Second opportunity stop loss was 140 points. Arrow to 1 to 2. So now in the moment when I go this week, I'm going to be looking at my charts to kind of see, okay, how big is my stop loss? Okay, do I really want to take this trade and risk it with this stop? Or am I okay with waiting if price gives me an opportunity or not trading it at all? Something that I want to focus on in the next couple months is focusing on the fact that I don't have to trade every day, right? A plus setup is not going to happen every day, and that's cool. But I can identify what my setup looks like. I can identify going with the trend. But when I rush it, doesn't work out. When I go looking for it, doesn't work out. Have to wait for that to happen, right? And as we see, price didn't even try to go get that low yet. Let's see if it does. It's just playing around, which is, again, I don't trade these areas. Not even gonna click through all of it. But we got what we needed. We back tested. Rest of the weekend, we're gonna review the things that we wrote down for our trades. And really just come into the market prepared for next week, right? We're not gonna make the same mistakes. We're not gonna over leverage. We're not gonna over trade. We're gonna wait till 10 o'clock before we even try to drop down, because maybe 10 o'clock trying to tell me something. Maybe we would have seen this drop a little earlier because it takes forever. This is like the whole 10 o'clock. We would have been able to see right here at 9, about to hit 10, that it sweeps, boom, that it actually even sweeps and could have potentially looked for a sell position. So really just being patient in a different way coming to the markets next week. Does that guarantee a win? No. But does it guarantee us better at working towards our skills to become a better trader? Absolutely. So that's all I have. It's 5:06 here. Hopefully I didn't take too much of your time. I did record this, so I'm going to put it in the chat for others if you want to replay it, kind of see it over again. Happy 4th of July, y'all. I will see y'all on Monday. Any questions before we go? Superfire, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Awesome. You as well. See you on Monday.